Hey guys, what's going on? Kel back here once again, representing the 40k YouTube channel, bringing you some latest updates from the Warhammer 40,000 community page, and this is an article called Master Your Strategy. Not sure what it's about. I've literally gone on the community page, had a look, seen some things there, and I decided, yes, we're going to do a video on that. But as always, before we do videos, we give a big shout out to all the new subscribers. In particular, we have another one who has come up, and I hope I pronounce your name right, so forgive me if I get it wrong. So it's Warhmammer. Warhmammer. Apparently all the way from Spain. So, hi, how's it going? Thank you very much for putting all the comments on. Me and Col have enjoyed reading them. Like I say, all the way from Spain. Like to say the channel's getting recognition across the globe. Really good to see. If you are new to the channel, if this is your first 40k video, we post Warhammer 40,000 content every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, depending on how much content is released on the Warhammer community page. We do news, reviews, hints and tips, painting videos, and battle reports once lockdown is up and we can get together and get some games going. But stick with us. This is going to be a video called Master Your Strategy. Like I said at the beginning, don't know what it's about, excited to see what it is, so let's have a quick look and see what we're all about. So, we've been hinting at it for the past few weeks, but today is the day we finally spring the new rules for strategic reserves. Alright, okay, so that's what it's going to be about, strategic reserves in Warhammer 40,000 on you. Brace yourself. This is one of the biggest changes in the game's core rules and will have a massive impact on your future battles. So let's dive right in. What are strategic reserves? The strategic reserve rules are designed for use by battle-forged armies to represent the tactical advantages that a well-organised force will enjoy not only on the battlefield but in the wider theatre of war. They give you total command over your strategy, offering you the chance to divide your forces, outmaneuver your opponent, and hold back reinforcements. Just as battlefield leaders have done for countless generations, if used with sufficient cunning, strategic reserves have the potential to give you a massive advantage over your opponent by outflanking them or bringing overwhelming force to bear and blunting their attacks, as you're about to see. And here we've got a picture of some Wolfen. Love the Wolfen models. They are some of the best melee combat models in the whole of 40k. Give them thunder hammers, storm shields for those invulnerable saves, and they once they get in, they can absolutely wreck anything, whether they be normal models, HQ models, or even vehicles. So how do strategic reserves work? The ability to place units into strategic reserve costs command points, depending on the combined power ratings of the units you wish to deploy in this manner. It's worth pointing out at this stage that if your units have abilities that enable them to set up somewhere other than the battlefield, such as the teleportarium chamber or the teleport strike ability for Terminators, or when using the cult ambush ability for Ginstealer Cuts, the strategic reserve rules don't apply to them. Okay, so it's basically like a deep striking rule that I think, I might be wrong about this, it's deep striking rule for models that didn't have the ability to do it beforehand. So that's really interesting. Me personally, I don't deep strike. I think having all your models on the board gives you better board control from turn one. I know a lot of people do it. Me, myself, I don't do it. So let's have a look into strategic reserves. So if your combined power rating of your units placed into strategic reserves is between 1 and 9, it'll cost you 1 CP. 10 to 19, 2 CP, 20 to 29, 3 CP, and so on and so forth. So every sort of 10 CP, it's going to cost you an extra, every sort of 10 power, it's going to cost you an extra CP. Okay, that makes sense. So the stronger the combined points are, the more it's going to cost. I know command points are going to be a big thing in the new 40k version. So it's interesting to see that the higher the power, the more the cost. So it's really going to make you think about what you put into strategic reserves and when it comes out. So although it may seem like using strategic reserves to shield some of your most valuable units from the guns of your enemy is a no-brainer, it comes at a cost beyond a few command points. Strategic reserves can't arrive until the second battle round at the earliest, which is one of the reasons why I don't use it, as they're busy manoeuvring into position As a result, if you hold more units back, your forces do deploy in the battlefield may find themselves heavily outnumbered at the start of the battle. And here we've got obviously some custodes massively outnumbered by the greenskins from the Bad Moons faction, I think, of the orcs. 5 custodes onto, let's say, 30 boys, 20 boys. I would actually still go with the custodes. However, bringing fresh forces onto the battlefield in the right place and at the right time can turn a battle's outcome on its head. There's more to it as well. The longer you hold your nerve and keep your strategic reserves off the battlefield, the further forward they can advance to outflank the enemy army and launch an attack, even directly into your opponent's deployment zone itself. Okay, so this gives a little overview of when stuff can come in. So, battle round 1, no reserves, no one's coming in, got to stay off the board. Battle round 2, set up wholly within 6 inches of any battlefield edge, not the enemy battlefield edge or in the enemy deployment zone. Okay, so it lets you come in 6 inches, but a little bit limiting. I've got a thought about this straight away, but I'll read through it and tell you what the thought is at the end. Battle round 3 and more, set up wholly within 6 inches of any battlefield edge, but not the enemy battlefield edge. Not an enemy battlefield edge, okay. The next can set up within 9 inches of enemy models. Strategic reserve units cannot make a normal move, advance, or fall back in this turn. Strategic reserve units always count as having moved in this turn. Any strategic reserve units not set up on the battlefield by the end of the battle counts as destroyed. Okay, so that's been around for a while. Now what I want to look at is round sort of 2 and 3 plus. So round 2, set up wholly within 6 inches of any battlefield edge, but not the enemy battlefield or the enemy deployment zone. 3 plus, set up wholly within 6 inches of any battlefield edge, not the enemy battlefield edge. Right. So my thought is, in my army, I use a load of Phobos armoured Marines, and you can't set up within 12 inches of those units. So next where it says, cannot set up with any of 9 inches of the enemy. With mine, you can't set up anywhere within 12, and that's already been said that that takes over priority. So as long as I keep some models 12 inches from the edge, then there's no way you can set up. I'm not sure about these new rules and stuff like that. I might be wrong, but that's one of my thoughts on it. This delayed reinforcement method is especially effective with melee focus armies, especially if you are able to support such an attack with abilities or stratagems that offer bonuses or rerolls to charge rolls, such as with the Orcs, Black Templars, or Tyranids of the High Fleet Behemoth. Being able to get the jump on your opponent in their own deployment zone can be devastating to their battle plans. So lying in ambush is strategic reserves aren't all about outflanking your enemy though. Should your opponent overcommit with their initial attack, it's possible to deliver a punishing counterblow with your reinforcements. Strategic reserve units can't normally set up within 9 inches of an enemy models, but if you set them up within 1 inch of your own battle edge, they can be set up within this distance, and even within 1 inch engagement range of enemy models. Alright, okay. If they do so, they count as having made a charge move, and your opponents will be unable to fire Overwatch against them. That's contradictory to a lot of rules that's already there. They can be set up within this distance and even within 1 inch engagement range of enemy models. Okay, so because you might be paying command points for strategic reserves, that might give them an overriding rule to things like Phobos Marines. I'll have to read more up on this and see what other people think. So remember, as we mentioned on our preview of the new fly rules, any aircraft that leave the battlefield automatically enter strategic reserves, so be free to return to the combat airspace later in the battle as described above. Let us know how you're planning to use the strategic reserves in the new edition of Warhammer 40,000 Facebook page, Instagram and on Twitter using the hashtag new40k rule. Okay, so there's a lot to go over really on this, a lot to think about. There's a lot of rules that say one thing and then you can do other stuff later on. So on this bullet point here, there's nowhere to say about setting up within 1 inch in sort of melee range. Nothing says about that. It'd be interesting to see what happens. What do you think, guys? Leave some comments below for me and Col. We'll happy go through them and get a good debate going on this one. How are people going to use this in the new Warhammer 40k? Do you guys use deep striking rules and strategic reserves already? And do you think this is a good addition to the 40k, the 9th edition, or a bad thing? Let me and Col know. We'll happy go through them and read all your comments. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end if you're still here. If you like what we did today, hit that like button. It really does small channel a load of good. Leave some comments, like I said, and more importantly, hit that subscribe button. We post Warhammer 40,000 content every single day, and we would love for more people to join, get us to 100 subs, and have more people comment and join the journey. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. This is Kel signing out for 40call, saying stay safe, look after each other. Until next time, we'll see you all later.